Eclipse
Yes, sir.
Eclipse setup, and that program, is it running fine
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
It's working fine, sir.
to all of you, Anantalakshmi?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. Sumati, to you also, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. So you don't have any issue, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, now then let us continue with today's session, and let me share my screen. You can see my screen. Excuse me. So you are able to see my screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. So now today's right in the last session we covered these topics. Just introduction, and have you gone through the PPT that I shared in the doc in the drive, shared drive? You have any doubts in that PPT? So I think so. This is the updated one. Okay, last week Selenium WebDriver. So introduction we discussed. Okay, it is just let me recap quickly what we discussed in the last session. Just I'll go through quickly, guys. So Selenium WebDriver, what is the Selenium WebDriver? It is a web-based functional testing automation tool, and it is a open source tool. And Selenium is not just one tool; it comprises many tools. What are those tools? These are the tools. Okay, see WebDriver, IDE, Grid. Okay, so these three are part of Selenium WebDriver. WebDriver is a core component in the Selenium WebDriver. So IDE is nothing but WebDriver is a it is a jar file, right? Selenium WebDriver is a jar file. It is nothing but Selenium server, right? We are downloading from the Selenium website. So that is this one WebDriver, and IDE is nothing but it is a GUI. It is a GUI for UI for WebDriver, Selenium WebDriver. So using this IDE, we can record our user actions, and it can generate the script automatically. That is this IDE tool. That is the use of this IDE tool. And Grid is also a part of Selenium server. It is nothing but WebDriver. That means this grid is internal part of WebDriver. It is not a separate component. It is a separate component, but it is right. It is bundled with inside WebDriver itself. Okay. So what is the grid use? The grid is used to run your test cases in different missions across different platforms and or different browsers like that. That means if you want to do a parallel execution, we can use this grid tool in the Selenium WebDriver. And next, see that there are other components that we use in the Selenium project. These are the things. Library. Library is nothing but programming language dependent libraries. We should add a dependent library set to our project. So that is this library. And a driver is nothing but browser driver. For each browser, there is a separate driver component. But now in Selenium 4, this driver downloading and adding to the project is optional. Okay, we no need to download this driver also in the Selenium 4. But before in the previous versions, we need to download this driver manually, and we need to define this driver path in the Selenium WebDriver where this driver file is available. We have to define that path. Only then Selenium WebDriver can identify that driver, and it can launch the browser. But right now in the current version of Selenium 4, we no need to download this driver. It will automatically downloaded by the Selenium WebDriver itself. Okay, in the Selenium 4 version, from the Selenium 4 version, so it is the latest update. Okay, so we no need to worry about driver versions. So generally, what will happen? Suppose if you have if you have a Chrome driver version 3.10, for example, you should have same compatible driver in the Selenium project. Only then that browser can be automated. But if you have different versions of Chrome browser, and if you have different version of driver, then Chrome browser cannot be uh, automated in the Selenium in the previous versions. But right now in the Selenium 4, this problem is uh, gone. There is no such problem exists now because Selenium WebDriver can handle automatically, can handle this version compatibility issues with the driver automatically. It will check that what is the version of the Chrome driver, current browser driver version, and it will automatically fetch the compatible version from the net, and it will use that driver automatically. We no need to worry about this driver component using Selenium 4 version, but it is one important component in the Selenium WebDriver during the execution. Okay, so this driver is the software, what is, or can say that software bundle, which will can interact with the browser. So this is the driver which interacts with the browser directly. So Selenium WebDriver cannot interact directly with the browser. So this driver is a mediator. Okay. So Selenium WebDriver will interact with the driver, and this driver will control the browser. That's how the Selenium WebDriver executes our automation script. So driver is one important component in the Selenium WebDriver. Okay, and a framework. So it is automation framework. We will be using one automation framework in our Selenium project. Okay, so that is this framework. Okay, we'll discuss later in detail about this automation framework. So right now in our Selenium project, we are not using any framework. Okay, but in the later sessions, we will be using some framework. We'll be adding some framework to our project. Okay, at the time we'll discuss in detail about this framework. Okay. So next, it is architecture, how Selenium WebDriver interacts with the browser, how it interacts with the driver in the same local system or in the remote system. Okay, that means if the browser is in the same system where Selenium WebDriver is available, how it interacts. If the browser is in the remote system and the Selenium WebDriver is another system, both are in two different systems, both are not in the same system. In that case, how it interacts. So that is what these pictures explains. And it supports multiple browsers and multiple operating systems. That means if I create a script, right, once, so that a Selenium script can be executed across operating systems and different browsers and different operating systems. And Selenium supports different languages, Java, C Sharp, Ruby, Python, PHP, any of these languages we can use. JavaScript also, I think so it will support, okay? These are all different languages we can use in Selenium. And next, we have seen that we have installed Java in our systems, and you installed Eclipse, latest version of Eclipse. Then we downloaded Selenium server from this location, from this URL. Java libraries we downloaded, and it is a Selenium server. It is nothing but WebDriver. We downloaded from this path, and also we downloaded this one drivers, but right now it is optional step. We no need to, it is not mandatory to download the drivers manually. Okay, it will be taken care by a Selenium WebDriver automatically in the Selenium 4. Okay, so that's it. That's what up to here we have seen. In the last session we created a small Selenium script. Okay guys, see now in today we are going to do one more small thing. Okay, here in the last first program, in the last session, what we did, we created a Chrome driver object. Okay, and this Chrome driver object is assigned to this variable, and using this variable we are accessing this method. What is this method? A Chrome driver method, WebDriver method. Okay, so see, you can see that list of methods, available methods. See, if I write here wd dot, if you type dot, you can see the list of methods which are available for WebDriver. These are all different methods are available in WebDriver. So we will be using these methods in different situations. Okay, that we will learn, right, going forward one by one. Okay, so now wd.get method, what it will do? So this step will launch the browser. When you run this step, line number 10, it will launch the browser as well. Okay, but it will launch blank page. And when you run this statement, get statement, and here you are passing input URL as input. So that browser, Chrome browser, will be navigating to this URL when you run this statement. Okay, guys. So now let me run this. Yeah. Okay, it is launching this Chrome window. New Chrome window browser is open, and this URL is opened. Okay. See in this URL right now. Okay. Now let us see that I want to first you have to understand this, guys, how this web page is designed, how you are interacting with the web page. See, when you are running any test case, manual test case. Okay, for example, let us take you have a test case to fill this form. So what we do, first step, we open this page, correct, web form, and then we enter here input, text input, then we enter here password, and then we enter some text in the text area. Okay, and it is default disabled input, leave it here. It is a read only input, it is also nothing to do here. And from this drop down select some value 1, and here to select a different New York. So these are all different actions I want to perform after opening this page as part of this test case. What is this test case? Just I want to fill this web form. So to fill this web form, what steps we are executing? First, we are launching this page, opening or launching the Chrome browser, then open this web page, then enter this text box, then enter password, then enter text area, then select drop down, select value 1 in the first drop down, and select New York in the second drop down. Okay, these are the steps I want to execute. See if you, these are the steps we have in the test case. Okay, see, let us see that. Guys, all of you know, right, how the test case format, the test case, right, generally how test case will be run. See what all the different fields we'll be using in the test cases. Any idea? Can you tell me what all the different
I'm new to
fields?
this test
Yeah,
case, sir. I'm new to this.
test case.
Yeah, I've not done any test cases.
Yeah, yeah. Tell me, I didn't get.
No, sir, I'm not aware of this test cases.
Oh, okay, okay. You're not aware of the
I,
test
yeah,
cases.
I'm
Okay.
new to this.
Guys, test case is nothing but, right? See, you have a requirement. For example, let us take a requirement. What is the requirement? First of all, in the software project, what is the requirement? It's not visible, right? 1 second. Yeah. See, what is requirement in the software project? What is requirement? Requirement is nothing but, right? What client is expecting, right? What is the expectation of the client in that application? What he wants client want to perform on this application. So there are different requirements like functional requirements, okay, UI requirements. UI requirements means how the page should be look like and what field should be there. For example, if I take a login page, so the login page should contain, right, we can design login page in different ways, right? That depends upon the client requirement specifications. So I can say that requirement means specifications. So what that application should contain and what that application should perform and what that application, right, uh, functional specifications, UI specifications, and performance specifications. Okay, and security specifications, all this, there are different types of specifications. So those specifications are called requirements, right? That means whenever, right, we are getting a software project for a new project for development, first we have to gather the requirements of that project from the client, right? That means who will do this requirements gathering? Who will gather the requirements? Any idea? Hmm? So generally, business experts, SMEs, subject matter experts, we call them in with different names in different projects.
Yeah.
SME or BA, business analyst, okay, or sometimes product owners if it is agile project, okay, like that. We call them with different names, depends on the what type of right development model we are using in the project. Okay, so these guys, right, will discuss with the client and they will find the specifications of the project. They will define pro project requirements. You got it? These guys will have a discussion with the client and they will understand their requirements, and then they will define here all different types of requirements. That means UI requirements and functional requirements, and similarly performance requirements and security requirements, like that. Whatever is needed for that application, for that project, they will define all different categories of requirements. Okay, these requirements, right, will be again called with different names in the different projects, depends upon the software development model that we are using. If it is agile model, we call these requirements as user stories. User stories. Okay, multiple epic we call first. Multiple user stories, set of multiple stories are called epic. It's called module, I can say. Epic means here module. Under one epic, there will be multiple user stories. You got it? In agile model, we call them as epics and user stories. In the normal development models like V model or waterfall model, we call them requirements or specifications. Okay. So now let us take one simple requirement example. For example, if I take a login functionality, okay, in any application, login functionality is a basic and important thing, right? Functionality. Let us define one login functionality. For this login functionality, there we may have different UI requirements, different UI requirement and different functional requirement. Let us say UI requirement, we can call them as say UI or 001. They will define, right, some name for every requirement ID. So this requirement ID will be changing to project. They will come up with the project name, what is a project ID underscore, and then like that they will give some naming conventions. Then they will define here. So the login page should contain username text box, okay, and password input text box, and not only that, and login button, and forget password link, and reset password. Okay, forget password link, that is enough. Okay, so these are the elements should be there in the login page. Login page should contain these elements, link elements. Okay, so this is one UI requirement. Suppose if I say that functional requirement for this thing, I can define 001. Okay, user should be able to log in successfully with valid username and password, right? And home page should be displayed. So this is the login functional requirement. Okay, guys, clear? Like this, right? Requirements will be defined. Suppose if it is user story, we call them as user story. That's all. Only name is different, but requirements may be same. Okay. So if it is agile project, we call this as one user story, and it is one user story. Or they can club both into single user story. That depends on the project to project. Okay, guys. But this is how the specifications or requirements will be defined for all the specifications. So whatever that should be developed in that project. For everything, they should define detailed requirement. Okay. Now, how you test this requirement? See, developers will go through these requirements or user stories, and testers also will go through this user story and requirement. Both the team, testing team and development team, will be going through these requirements or user stories, and they will try to understand what is that requirement or user story is saying. Okay, and they will try to understand that functionality, and they will try to find what field should be there in the login page, and what type of field it is it a text box, or is it a drop down, or is it a button or link, what type of field it is. So then they will start developing that particular page, right? And they will be start developing that particular functionality. They will be incorporating that functionality into the login page. Is it right? So now testing team, what we should do once we get the requirements. Once we get the requirements, we have to understand these requirements. Okay, and then we have to design test cases for each requirement. So how do you design the test cases? What is the test case means? Test case. What is a test case? Test case is nothing but a set of steps. That set of steps uh, should be performed to test a single requirement. To test a single requirement. So set of steps you have to define how to test this requirement. For example, let us say that I want to write a test case for this requirement. Okay, first requirement. So how I can test this requirement? What is the first step I need to do to test this requirement? What is the requirement saying? Login page should contain a username text box, password text box, login button, and forget password link. So that is what the requirement is, right? So how you can test this requirement? For to test this requirement, you can write as many as possible test cases. How many test cases you can write for this requirement? So you have to analyze that. You have to analyze that requirement in different multiple ways. In how many ways we can test that requirement. So for each way, you can define separate test case. How many ways you find to test that requirement. So every way is separate test case, separate case. Is that right? So now let us see that how to write a test case for this. I'm copying this. So test case, I can say that, see, the first one is the test case. See, the first field in the test case, right? We call them as test case ID. Test case ID is the first field, important mandatory field. For every test case, there should be unique ID. So this ID, you can define any ID, that project ID, and then you can give module name. Okay, if you have any specific different modules in the project, I can say login. In the login, what is the requirement? Test case number TC001. So this is my test case ID. You got it? Project ID, module name, and then inside this module, first test case I'm writing. Then description. What is the description? What you are testing in this test case? So this requirement description. Okay, you can copy the same requirement, or you can give more elaborately describe that requirement. What should be tested? I can test that. I can write here test that login page should display username text box and all these elements. Okay, that is a description. So in this test case, what you are testing, you have to explain that in detail in the description field. Okay, guys, this is the field name, and I'm giving here value. Okay, test case, I'm defining here test case for this requirement. Now, important thing now, then write here step one. What is the step one now? What are the steps you have to execute to test this requirement? Step one. What is the step one? Launch or open URL in Chrome browser. So whatever the URL, what is the URL? Okay, see here, I can write here insert. It is a step name, and here description, step description, and here, excuse me, mm, test data and expected result and actual result. So actual result can be the last column. Okay. Uh, and there will be some other right fields like what type of test case it is, what type of testing type. Okay, or positive or negative test case, testing type, and test case type. They're both are different. Okay, test case or priority, like this we can define different fields and status. Is it, see, important mandatory fields are these things. I will bold them. See, this is mandatory. Test data also not mandatory. Expected actual result status. These are the mandatory fields in the step descriptions. And the test case, these are the mandatory fields. Test case ID, description, and steps, test steps. We are defining here test steps. Under each test step, we have again different fields. See, step name, step description, test data also not mandatory, and expected and actual results are mandatory, and status is mandatory. Okay, and then see that here it is my first step to test this requirement. Our first step is open URL in the Chrome browser. So what should be your sorry, what is your here expected result when I execute this step? Expected result, and in the test data you can define here URL value. You can define here URL value. What is the URL we should use in this step execution? We can define here URL value in the test data column. And expected result, after running this step, what should be the expected result in the application? Chrome browser should be launched. Is it right? Chrome browser should be launched. It is the expected result. Okay, it is expected result. Okay, guys. So next status is not yet executed, right? So it should be empty right now. Okay, and actual result also should be empty. So when this actual result should be captured, when you run this step in the test case execution, we are expecting that Chrome browser should be opened. Oh, so if it is opened, then you should write here Chrome browser is successfully opened. That is the actual result. What is the expected result? Chrome browser should be launched. Both are same, right? Expected results and actual results both are same. Then the status should be passed. That means we should update this actual result and the status. These two fields should be updated at runtime, at the time of running the test case. So right now we are at the test case design stage, right? While designing the test case, you should define only expected result. We should not define actual result and the status fields. Actual result and status field should be updated only at the time of test case execution. Okay, so now see that step two. Okay, step two. After opening that URL, guys, here expected result not only just a Chrome browser, right? So what is the our URL we are opening here? Let us take this URL. It is the test data. Okay, let me copy this. So this is the test data we have to use. When I open this URL, what page should be opened in the application? See, web form should be opened, right? That is the expected result. Not only Chrome browser launched, web form page should be displayed in Chrome browser, in the Chrome browser. Okay, so that should be the expected result here. Now step 2. Now what we need to verify? We need to check that uh, yes, sorry guys, not in, we are talking about login page, right? I'm taking this different page. Let me take some login page for any application. Open some application with login. Where we have login? Okay, something irctc dot. Hey, why it is not coming? Yeah, we are getting, no, we are not getting login page here. Mm, Facebook. Okay, let me take this Facebook login page. Okay, yeah. Hmm. Why it is coming in Tamil languages? Okay, it's directly coming. Okay, okay, guys, you can take anything. Redbus.in. Here, no login. I want to take simple login page. Uh, so I'll Google it, guys. Google simple login page for testing. Okay, yeah, yeah. Okay, guys, let us take this one. Okay, you can search for some right simple login page. See, I'm taking this URL. So I want to test this page. So I'm going to copy this URL as input as a test data. It is a test data. So here, what is this page name now? A test login page. So that should be our expected result, not web form. Test login page should be opened. Test login page should be displayed in the Chrome browser. That is our expected result. Okay. So next, what we need to do? We have to test that username text box is displayed. We have to verify that, right? That is our next step. So verify username text box is displayed. That is our next step, right? There is no test data required here. So expected result, username text box should be displayed. That means here, see this one, it is the username text box. It should be displayed. Similarly, password text box should be displayed. The next step. So there's step 3, verify password text box is displayed. So here password text box should be displayed. That is the expected result. And similarly, step 4, verify. There is a submit button, not login button. So I will write submit. Submit button is displayed. Here, submit button should be displayed. Submit button should be displayed. Okay, guys. So like this, right? We have to verify all the steps. So that's all here. There is no links here one anymore. Okay. So this is a simple UI test case, guys. Here I will remove this forget password and all these things. Not login button, submit button. Okay, submit button, and we don't have forget and link is not available. So remove that. That's all. So for this test case, it is a simple. For this requirement, it is a simple test case, right? First step, we are opening the URL in the Chrome browser, and second step, we open. uh, Yeah, 1 second, guys. Just yeah, okay. And first we open the URL. After that, we verify that username text box is displayed, and then we verify password text box is displayed, and then we verify submit button is displayed. So all these three elements are displayed on this login page. So that is our test case. Okay. See, when you are running this test case manually, what we do, we open this test case and then we execute these steps manually one by one. That means first step we execute. ma- Okay, open. So we open the browser and we should open this link manually, and then we have to verify that are we getting this expected results properly or not. If you are getting same expected result, that means that is the actual result, right? That means once we open this URL, we are expecting test login page should be opened. Is it right? So we are getting here same test login page is opened successfully, correct? So we are getting the same result as expected. Is it right? See, that means after running this step, what is the result we are getting in the application? That is called actual result. So what is the actual result right now? We have test login page is opened. So that should be recorded here. When this actual result should be recorded at the time of running this test case. Okay, guys. So when you are running the test case, we should run this step manually, and then we have to record here what is the result you get after running this step. So test login page is displayed. Test login page is opened. Okay. So expected result also same. So both are same. Then you should have to pass this step. Is it right? So it is passed. This step is passed. So like this, next step we have to execute. How do you run this step? Verify username text box is displayed or not. So we have to check that manually in this web page. Username text box is there or not. Okay, here you can see a text box with the name, with the label, a username, with the caption, username, right? So it is passed, it is displayed. So we can say that second step actual result, what we can record here, username. See, for example, the you text box name here, it should be like this, user space name. But in the application, how it is displayed, username is a single word, right? So we can make it fail because our expected result is this one. Username text box should be displayed, but in the application, it is showing username. Both are not same. Is it right? That means if your requirement is this one, if the requirement is defined like this, username, okay, application also should display same way. Is it right? That means the application is not meeting the requirement, right? In the requirement, it is defined that text box name should be username, but in the application, it is username single word. So we can fail this step because the text box label is not matching with the expected label, right? So I can fail it. We can fail it. So I can record here actual result. Username text box is displayed. It is actual result, right? But expected result, user underscore name text box should be displayed. So we can make it fail. This step is fail. When you fail the step, right, you have to capture the snapshot for that step. You have to take the snapshot and you have to highlight this field, what is expected and what is actual. Okay, and you have to attach to this step that snapshot. Okay, whenever step is failed. So next step, password field is passed. Password field text box is displayed available. So I can write here actual result. Text box is displayed. Fine, it is passed. Okay, next submit button also displayed. Submit button is displayed. Passed. See, it is one test case, guys, but still this requirement is not completely tested. Okay, maybe this requirement may have another requirement, sub requirements. It may be the main requirement. Inside this requirement, there will be there can be some sub requirements. Okay, if it is a user story, there might be some other requirements can be defined inside this login page login page requirements. See, right now we are checking that whether these fields are displayed or not. Okay. See, what can be tested more? Not only displaying, right? These fields should be editable. Is it right? Username field should be enabled and editable. Similarly, password field should be enabled. It should not be in disabled state, right? Similarly, submit button should be enabled, not in disable mode. That also we have to test. Is it right? So that can be written as a separate test case. So like this, guys, you can write multiple test cases for each for each requirement. So again, for each requirement we can test negatively also. There might be some negative cases. So like this, we have to think, analyze each requirement, how many ways we can test that requirement, and we have to find that how to break that requirement. That means always you should test that. You have to think that in such a way when this requirement can be broken. So what is the way to break this requirement? You have to find it. You have to think, analyze it, and you have to find as much as possible negative test cases as well. More number of negative test cases as also. See, this is a positive test case. What we have written. We are not testing anything negatively on this requirement. Just we are testing only positive flow. That's all. Okay. So that's how you should write the test cases. Now you get an idea what is the test case and how to write the test cases in a real-time project, and how you are running the test cases manually. And while running the test cases manually, how do you record your actual results? And if any step is failed, we have to capture the snapshot, and then we have to raise the defect. So while raising the defect, we have to give all the step details, test case name, and a step what are the steps you executed, and when this defect is found, what steps you executed. All these step descriptions you have to define in the defect. Okay, what is the defect priority? All these things, right? Once any test case is failed, you should raise a defect for that. That is the next step. Is it right? Okay. See, now if you are running the test cases manually, it is a process, right? Okay, when you are running this test case automatic by using automation script, how what we should do, what automation script should do? Say, for example, I have a script for this test case. Assume that there is a script already created for this test case. So I have a script. Okay. So when there is a script already available for this test case, I no need to run this test case manually, right? Simply I can run that script. When I run that script, it should execute all these steps, whatever is defined inside the test case. That means how user tester will test this test case, execute the test case manually. In the same way, the same steps should be executed by the automation script. Is that right? See here what we did here when you were running the test case manually, we executed steps, is it right? Using the test data provided in the test data column, and we verified the actual result with expected result. If both are same, then we are updating the status as passed. Suppose if any step actual result is not matching with the expected result, then we fail the step, right? When any step is failed, what we are doing? We should capture the snapshot of that particular failed step. So these are the step things we are doing when you execute the test case manually. All of you clear? So same actions should be performed by the automation script. When you run this test case through automation script, whatever you are doing manually, when you run this test case, same thing should be performed by automation script. That means here there are three things. One is running the steps, next using test data, whatever is provided, and next thing recording the actual result and compare that actual result with the expected result. Then check that these two results, expected results and actual results, both are same or not. If both are same, we should pass that step. If both are not same, we should fail the step. Not only the step, test case also will be failed. Is it right? If any step is failed in the test case, then the test case should be failed. Is it right? If all steps are passed in the test case, only then the test case will be passed. So like this, our automation script should handle all the steps which are defined in the test case properly. So now, so the first step in running the test case through automation script is running our steps, right? Test case steps. Running test case steps means nothing but what are these test steps? These steps are nothing but user actions. Is it right? These steps are nothing but user actions that should be performed on the application. So first step, open URL in the browser. Second step, we have to verify this text box is displayed or not. And next step, we have to verify this password is displayed or not. Then verify that submit button is displayed or not. So these are all actions that user should test manually and then should update the status accordingly. Is it right? So these are all user actions that we should perform to run this in running this test case. So now when you are automating this test case, the first thing what we should do, we should automate all these user actions. All of it clear? So now first let us learn how to automate user actions on on any browser or on any web application. All of it clear, guys? So that is our first step now. So how to record, create a script or how to automate, say that how to automate user actions on web application or browser, I can say. Okay, so this is what we need to learn. First thing, okay guys, now I will write here first step here. See that wd dot, see now I'm writing my first step. Let us take this URL. I will take this URL. Okay, in my application I'm going to open this URL, so I'm updating that one. Okay, or I will create a new script, guys. Let me create a new class. Okay, guys, so all of you also do the same thing. Go to your Selenium project. I want to you also do that parallelly. Guys, you go to your Selenium project in your Eclipse. In the Selenium package, you can create a new class. Right click on the Selenium package, go to new, define a class, new class, and class name is login. Login, login. Okay, the class name is login. And create here, select this checkbox, public static void main, because I want to add this main method automatically to this class. Guys, all of you, please finish this. Please create a class login.java. Please let me know once you complete it, create it.
Created, sir.
Okay. Everybody?
Yes, sir, created.
Okay, good. So now let us write our first step in the login class. Inside login class, before main method, we should declare variable, right? WebDriver variable. So declare that static WebDriver caps letter W caps web D caps WebDriver, and define here driver variable as like this. You can see my screen. Just you are adding, defining, declaring a variable of type WebDriver. So import this class, WebDriver class is done. Okay, WebDriver class. Now inside main method, write this statement: driver equal to new Chrome driver, Chrome driver. Driver equal to Chrome driver, and import this Chrome driver also. So finish this step as well. Inside main method, you are defining a driver. You are creating WebDriver object, Chrome driver object, and assigning that to driver variable. Is it that? Unless you have any doubts, just see my screen and you can write the statement also. Next step, launch that, open the page, right? We have to open the URL. So for that statement is driver dot get is the method to open the URL. Okay. And inside that, write that URL. What is that URL? I will type that, or I will ping you this URL. You can also use same URL. Control C. Yes, I'm pinging this in the meeting. In the chat. Just you can copy this URL in the script. Okay. It's done. So it opens login page. After login page is opened, see here, what do we need to do? Okay. Uh, Assume that, okay, here, see, you have to make sure that test login page is opened or not, right? Test login page is opened or not. How you can check this test login page is opened or not? There are two ways. See that. I can check this page header. Is it right? By checking this page header, we can ensure that we are on the correct page. Is it right? Or there is another way. What is that? Is title, page title. So the page title can be defined maybe, excuse me, or I can check this test login is displayed or not, right? Header, the page header is test login or not. I need to verify this. If this test login is the web page header, then we can ensure that it is a test login page and it is in, we are on the correct page, or right? So how you can check this, how we can automate that? See, it is one element in this web page. Okay, guys. Similarly, username text box is one element. Password text box is one element. And similarly, see this username label. It is also another element. Password also is a separate label. It is another element. And this submit button is another element. Similarly, this text, right? These are all different elements on this web page. How you can see all these elements in the web page? To view these are all called HTML elements. All of you clear? All these web page elements are called HTML elements because this web page is designed by using HTML. So if you want to see all the HTML elements which are currently displayed on this web page, if you want to see that, you have to press F12. What is this? You have to press F F12 key, guys. If you press F12, you can see that here it opens HTML DOM. It is called development tool. For this web page, it will show you the HTML source code, HTML elements. See that here there are different see elements console. There are different tabs here you are getting. You have to go to elements tab. So in this elements tab, you can see the list of all HTML elements which are present in the current web page, which is opened in this browser. You can see here, if I highlight here body, you can see left side, it is highlighting the whole web page. You got it? See that division, it is also highlighting whole web page. See header, see that guys? I'm now highlighting header. I'm placing moving the mouse over this element, header element. Next, see that section. Inside the section, see that here, it is separate section. You can see now test login. It is a header now. It is header element. See, this is the description. See that these are the inside this section we have defined all tags, all buttons, elements. Username element. See, it is username element, and it is password element, and this is the login button. And so you can see here the structure of all web elements. How all web elements are defined in the HTML file for this web page. So for every web page, there will be one HTML file, guys. Okay. So you have to understand first how these elements are defined in the HTML file. Okay. If you see, look at this one text box. Let me take this text box. See, what is this input? The input is a HTML tag name. HTML tag name. So for all text box elements, the HTML tag is input. We'll be using input HTML tag to create input text boxes. And see the type. What type of input it is? Text input. That means it will accept any text into this text box as input. And see that next name. What is the name of this element? Username. And what is the ID of this element? ID. Okay. And there is one more thing, one more. What is this? ID, name, type, okay, FD, process ID. What these things are called? See, input is called HTML tag. Okay, guys. And what is type, name, ID, FD, process ID? These are all attributes. Called type is one attribute, name is another attribute, ID is another attribute, and FD process ID is another attribute. Also, like this, right? Developers, whoever designed this web page, they will be defining multiple attributes for each element in the HTML file. So this is called HTML tag for this element, and these are all attributes: type, name, ID. Okay, guys, all of you clear? If you take any element in this HTML document, okay, you can find in the same structure. See that label. See that here label. I'm taking this element. See which element is highlighted in the left side screen. That label is highlighted, right? Label. So the HTML tag is label for this username. And what all the attributes are defined here? For is one attribute defined. Only one attribute is defined for this label. For is the attribute name, and username is the value of this attribute. Similarly here, type is the attribute name, text is the value of attribute name, and ID is the attribute name, and it is the attribute value. Okay, guys. And similarly, see here, username. What is this username? Whatever the text is displayed on this label, that is defined. That is defined here, guys. See, this is the HTML tag beginning, and it is HTML tag ending, guys. End of the HTML tag, and it is the beginning of the HTML tag. And when you define HTML tag beginning, inside that beginning tag, we can define attributes. Then close the bracket. That means HTML tag beginning is completed. And it is end of the HTML tag. End of the HTML tag, how it is defined? Preceded with slash, forward slash. See the same tag name preceding with a forward slash. Is it right? That is a HTML tag end. In between beginning and end of the HTML tags, there is a text. It is called HTML text. So what is HTML text? Whatever the text is appeared on this element, that will be defined here between the beginning and ending HTML tags. That is called HTML text, guys. And attributes defined inside HTML tag. Here, say that inside label beginning tag, for is defined. For is called HTML attribute. Okay, now you got it. Now the difference between HTML tag, HTML attributes, and HTML ending tag, and HTML beginning tag, and HTML text. Any doubts, guys? Have any confusion, any doubt? So far, what we discussed, we are trying to understand how these web elements in the web page are designed or defined in the HTML document. We are trying to understand that. Okay, so it is very important in
Yes.
the Selenium, not only Selenium, in automating any web application using any automation tool, we have to understand these basic concepts clearly. Okay, yeah. So it is HTML tag, and this is attribute, and it is called HTML text. Always HTML text defined between HTML two HTML tags, beginning and ending tags. All of it clear? And these type, name, ID, these are all called attributes, and this is called HTML tag name. Yes, okay, fine. Now see that now how I will write a Selenium script to check this test login header is displayed or not. Test login header is displayed or not. Okay. Let us see that what is the element for this header in this HTML document. It is the element, guys. So that it will highlight, not this one. Yeah, this one, right? This one. You can see that left side header element is highlighted, right? Yeah, this is the header. Okay. So h2 is the tag name, and there is no attributes inside this h2 tag defined. And h2 it is ending tag, and it is beginning tag. In between text is there. It is HTML text. Okay. Test login. And see, this is a section. It is highlighting login section. I don't want to use this element. I want to check this element. Okay, guys. I want to verify that whether this element with h2 tag is displayed or not. Okay. h2 tag. I want to check that element with h2 tag is displayed on this web page. So how to write that one? I will write a code for that. Go to Eclipse. Let's see here how to write it. Driver dot find element. See, there is a method called find element. So first what we should do, we should identify this element. We should identify this element. How we can identify this header element? By using tag name or tag HTML attributes or HTML text. We can use any of these things to identify this element. That means I can find element with the tag name h2. Suppose if there is only one HTML, one element with this HTML tag, then I can use HTML tag to identify this element, right? Okay. Suppose if there are multiple elements with the same tag, then I can't use HTML tag, right? I have to go with a different option. Okay, guys. Now I will be using tag name. I think so. There is only one element with this tag name in this page right now. Okay. So I will use h2 h tag name to identify that element. So I will write here find element and write here dot by dot tag name. See, there is a value here by tag name. What is the tag name? H2. H2. That's it, guys. See that. So what this statement will do, find element method. See here, I'm using one method, find element method. So WebDriver can identify any element by using this method. So this is the method we are using to identify the element in the web page. How we are instructing the WebDriver to identify this element? Here we are giving some input. By using this input, I want to identify this. I want WebDriver to identify this element. What is the input we are passing? See here, there is one more class we are using here, by class. That means locate by. There is some class predefined, the Selenium WebDriver by class. This by class, we have some set of options in the by class. What options we have? See that by dot, we can see here by class name, by ID, by link text, by name, by partial link text, by tag name, by XPath. Okay, these are all different options we have, right? Yeah. So I'm using now by dot tag name, and with the tag name is h2. Okay, guys. So this statement, this method will identify this header element in this web page. This header element will be identified now using this method. Once that element is identified, okay, see, this element can be present in the HTML document. See, it is not, it is finding this element on the web page means not in this web page, okay, physical web page. In the HTML document, it will search this HTML document whether is there any HTML element defined with tag name h2. Yeah, there is an element with h2, so it will identify this element. Once this element is identified, okay, then I want to check that whether this element is visible or not. Sometimes there can be element found in the HTML document, but that element may not be visible in the screen, in the web page screen. It is also possible. That means that element may be in the hidden state sometimes. Is it right? That is also possible. That means HTML element can be defined in the document, HTML document, but still that element may not be visible in the web page. That is also possible, right? So I want to make sure that this element is visible on this screen. So for that, I need to check right here some action. What is that? Is displayed. See that, guys. So this is the statement. What this statement will do? This statement will find an element with the HTML tag name h2 in the HTML document. Okay, guys. And once that element is identified in the HTML document, then it will check that this element is visible in the web page or not. Is displayed is a method, predefined method. See, it will display automatically. Just if you type here dot, so there are different methods. So what is this methods? Methods is nothing but actions. What actions you can perform on this element? See here, you are finding the element. You got it. Once you find the element, I want to perform some action on that element. Is it right? So for each action, there is a method, predefined method already available in the WebDriver. So those methods will be listed here. So on this element, what actions we can perform using automation script. So you can select that appropriate method. Say that I want to clear that field or I want to click that element. Use click method. You can see that find element, get accessible name, get area role, get attribute, get class. So there are different methods are there. Okay, there are different methods are available. So depends upon our requirement what action that we want to perform on that element, and also depends upon the element type. See, this element is a label, is it right? This element is a label. It is not a text box, or it is not a button, or it is not a link. It is a label element. On the label element, generally what actions we can perform? Just we can check that it is visible or not, or we can simply click on that. That's all. Nothing else we can do, right? So here I am checking here whether that label element is visible or not. For that we are using this method, is displayed method. So this method returns a true value if this element is visible, and if that element is not visible, it returns false value. All of it clear? Driver, inside the driver we are using find element method, and this method will identify the element by using tag name h2. Once that element is identified in the HTML document, then I want to perform this action. What action I want to perform? Is displayed method I want to run. So it returns true or false, depends on the element availability. All of it clear? So now I can get that return value if you want into some variable. See, I can write here status is equal to, I want to get this return value into some variable if you want to use this value in the next step. Otherwise, you can leave it, not a problem. Okay. Simply, I want to print this value. What is the value returned by this method? I want to print it. Okay. So that's why I'm using this. It is a string variable, string. Okay. Yes, caps. Not sorry, guys. It returns true or false, right? So Boolean type. Okay. It returns true or false, not string value. So it is very important what value this method returns, what type of value it returns. Same type of variable should be declared here. See, if I declare a string variable, but this method returns a Boolean value, you can't assign Boolean value to string variable. It will throw error. Are you clear? So what type of value you want to assign to this variable? The same type should be declared here for that variable. That is important. Okay. So now print this variable value out dot print line. What is that? Test login displayed. What is the value? True or false status. Say that here. I'm printing that status value. Test login displayed true or false. It will display here true or false. Okay, guys, clear now? Now see that how this is how we write Selenium script for all user actions, guys. Driver. Driver is nothing but whatever the driver we are using, Chrome driver or Firefox driver or Edge browser driver, whatever it is. Driver variable, and then find element method to identify the element. Once element is identified, then we perform some action on that element by using different methods, predefined methods. Okay, these are the parts. These are the different right parts we can see on any Selenium step majorly. Okay, now let me run this and then you can try. See what is the value it returns? True. That means the status variable value is true is received, and that we are printing here. True is received here. Okay, guys. Suppose if I change this, if I give invalid tag name, let us see what will happen. It should fail, right? Suppose if I give H for not H4 or H2 is there, I will use something. I will change this H to M. There is no tag name with M2, right? There is no tag with M2 name. So there is no element can be found with this HTML tag name, right? In the web page. So here this method will fail now. Is it right? Find element method will fail now. All of it clear? Now let us see that. What will happen now? If I give invalid tag name, run this. See that it throws error. What is the error? See that error message. Let's see that. No such element exception. No such element exception. See that. Unable to locate element. Say unable to locate the element using method tag name M2. So there is no element in the web page with tag name M2. So WebDriver is not able to identify any element with the tag name M2. So that is the exception. See, it returns. So that method, find element method returns an exception. So whenever element is not found, then this exception will be returned by this find element method. So whenever exception is returned, Java program will be stopped immediately. Execution will be stopped immediately. Okay, while running any Java program, if you get any exception, execution will be stopped there itself. Okay, guys. So that's how the Selenium. See, guys, now we are not using any Java concepts right now. Okay, we will discuss that wherever we use Java concepts, right? Programming concepts. I will explain that programming concept wherever we are using it and why we are using there. Okay, so don't worry about that. Right now, we are not using any Java concepts here. It is Selenium code. These are all Selenium methods, not Java methods. Find element and is displayed. These are all Selenium methods. So now here, our concept is how to find element. See now, are you understanding how WebDriver identify elements in the web page by using
Yes, sir.
by using different options? What are those different options? Tag name, attributes, or HTML text. These are the things the WebDriver will use to identify that element. Okay, guys. See the input what we are passing to this find element method is called locator. It is a locator. How locator will be defined? Using by class. All of you clear, guys? The input for this find element method, it is called locator, element locator. So that locator will be defined by using by class, by class. So let me define that. Hmm, yeah, see this guys here. A locator is a way to identify elements on the web page. So this locator is nothing but it is an input that we are passing to find element method. Guys, all of you clear? In the Selenium script, we are passing some input to the find element method. That input is called locator. So there are different locators are available. Okay, guys, what are those locators? You can see here. See that. The first one is there are different types of locators we can use. Class name. Class name is nothing but HTML attribute. Class name is a HTML attribute. It is one of the HTML attribute. If there is a class name defined for your element in the HTML file, we can use that attribute to identify that element. That is called class name locator. And tag name locator. Uh, Tag name locator. Tag name locator means if I use tag name to identify any element, that is called tag name locator. This is what just now we have used, right? Tag name locator. Next, ID. I can use ID attribute to identify the element. So that is called ID locator. If I use a name attribute, then it is called name locator. Similarly, I can use link text. That means if the element is a link, and then I can use the text appeared on that link to identify that element. That is called link text. Okay. Next, partial link text. If you want, you can use full text appeared on the link, or I can also use partial text on that link. No need to use full text. So that is called partial link text. Next, XPath. XPath is nothing but the HTML file, right? HTML file is also similar to XML file. So we can use XPath. XPath is nothing but the HTML tags path. HTML tags path from the root tag. I will show. We will discuss this later. How to define XPaths in detail. Okay. And CSS selector. CSS selector. CSS means what is CSS? It is the language used to define the web page style, web elements style. Okay. So in the CSS file, they define some selectors. So using those selectors, we can identify web elements in the Selenium WebDriver. So that is called CSS selector. So these are all different locators we can use to identify web element using WebDriver. 8 locators are there: class name, tag name, ID, name, link text, partial link text, XPath, and CSS selector. Okay, guys. Now we will see one by one how to use these locators to identify elements. Just now we have seen tag name. Okay. Now let us see class name. How to use class name locator to identify element. So let us see here. Yeah, it is there already. Okay. Okay, guys, let us see this text box, this text box element. Guys, if you want to find this element in this HTML document, what you need to do, open this HTML DOM in the right side or at the bottom, and then click this arrow mark, okay? Arrow mark here. After that, move the cursor over the element which you want to find. Say I want to find this element in this document. Here, see, it is highlighted. Okay, it is highlighted. See, for this HTML tag, is there class name attribute defined? For this HTML element, there is no class name attribute available. So I can't use class name locator. Okay, guys, you can see here header. Okay. Yeah, here I see that button element, guys. For input text box, there is no class name, class attribute. Okay. For password also, there is no class attribute available. But button, there is a class attribute available. See, look at this class. So I can identify this element using this class attribute by using this class name locator. What is the class attribute value? BTN, right? Copy this. Now I will write, see that one more statement. Okay, I will copy this same statement, guys. Guys, okay, I want you guys to check this. You please complete this execution, this step first. Let's just finish these 2 lines. Here it is H2, M2, H2. Just let me know once you finish it.
Sir, this is Antashmi. I'm just facing one problem.
What problem?
Actually, my jar files are showing missing actually in a class.
Share, share me
Actually,
this.
I'm able to execute the previous uh, script and all.
Share me the screen.
Today, after creating this package,
Mhm,
sorry, class, test class,
mhm.
it's throwing errors. Sir.
Share me the screen. Can you share me the screen?
Yeah.
Sumati completed. Deepak,
Yeah. No, sir, I'm getting this error actually.
what error?
I pasted in the message.
Could not find or load main class. So there is some Java setup problem. No, your first program executed, right, Sumati? Yeah, okay, just wait.
Yes, sir. Sorry, I was talking in the mute.
Your first program executed
Yes,
successfully?
yes, sir. Yeah.
Then why it is not in the new in
And
you
now
created
only
you
getting this.
no, you created new class, right? In the
Yes,
same
correct.
in the same project.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. First, let us check Anantalakshmi issue, and then
Okay,
we'll
sure,
see.
sir. Sure. No problem.
Anantalakshmi, have you shared your screen? Hello, Anantalakshmi,
Yes, sir.
are you sharing your screen?
Yeah.
No, I could not see. Have you shared already?
Shit. You able to see, sir?
No, 1 second. Where's going on?
Are you able to view, sir?
No, I could not see. Anybody else able to see Anantalakshmi's screen?
Yeah, yes, sir. I can see the screen now.
Oh, is it 1 second then?
No,
Yeah.
sir.
No, I got it. I got it now. Yeah, show me what is the error.
So this is my first script. It got I created this one. Sorry, login test class. In this, like actually, I just went to the properties, and it's throwing error Selenium missing. Jar
No,
files are
no,
all missing.
no, 1 second,
I found, so I don't know how.
No, 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. You
Okay.
close that window. You see that in the first project, like a test project, in the first project, right? There is a test underscore project, right, in your Eclipse.
Yes, sir.
In the training project, you have not added Selenium jar files. In the training to the training project, you have not added Selenium jar files.
Okay.
That's why you are getting that error. Go to properties, yeah, Java build path,
Even there, it's throwing like missing.
yeah, yeah. See, all are showing error. See that here, missing. C Selenium something. That folder is not found now. C Selenium folder is missing, I guess.
Yeah,
Check
but
that.
it's
You check that. That folder may not be there.
okay. In C colon, I have Selenium folder.
I could not see that screen. Whatever you are navigating.
In that dependencies, I have a Selenium Java files and other things.
No, but here it is not dependencies, right? In the if you see that window,
Ah,
class path, in the class path, you see that path C Selenium only is there. No dependencies are there. What you can do, remove all these things, select all under class path, whatever is there,
okay.
delete everything, and again add newly C Selenium from dependencies folder.
That's okay.
Okay, then that problem will be solved. You got it right.
Yes, sir.
You remove all everything in the under class path, whatever is there.
Okay.
Now again click add extra jar files option, and then go to Selenium dependencies folder, and then select all jar files.
Okay.
Hmm?
I'll do that.
Yeah, yes, Sumati, can you share your screen?
Yes, sir. 1 second. It's showing, sir.
Not it visible. Wait. No, your screen is not yet shown.
Okay. Can I try one more time?
Yeah.
Sir, now able to see my screen.
Not yet. So what happened?
Yeah. You are sharing screens. My
I
side
stopped
should.
it. I stopped it.
Okay.
My sharing.
Okay.
Yeah, now I got it. Yeah, now I got it. Okay. Now what is the problem? Could not find or load main class method itself. .dh. Could not find. Why this error? Login.java. Okay.
I don't know the priority on that, so let's take the pen.
Google this error message, Sumati.
Okay, sir.
We'll see what is the solution. No, not entire thing. Just caused by is there, right? Or
Yeah,
first
this
one,
error only.
error message, error message. Copy the error message. That one. That is enough. Could not find or load. Yeah, that one. Google in that. Could not find. What is the reason? Oh, go there. Go inside. Yeah. Scroll down. Go to first answer. Close that window. Cookies window. I could not see the message. Yeah. Oh, first answer. Scroll down. Scroll down. 1 second. Java. You need to understand the correct way to launch a program using Java command.
Or, I think that we will.
Where we are using Java command here.
Create a.
Scroll down. Go to next answer. Maybe something package name is wrong. Go to your Eclipse. Go to your Eclipse. 1 second. Package Selenium. First script. First script is running.
Yes, sir. This
Run
one
that
I
first
can.
script. Run that first
Yeah.
script. Okay, close
Let's
that.
open this.
Close that. That's good. 1 second.
That's
1 second. 1 second. First script package Selenium. Okay, perfect. Okay, go to login. Uh, Selenium package Selenium class login.
Even we did not see any error here. So
Yeah, it's not showing any error. Now run again. Why it's showing error in this line? 1 second. Okay, 1 second. Comment line number 13 and 14.
13. Okay,
14.
here, sir.
Double slash before boolean. Give double slash.
Oh,
Yeah, like 14 also. 14 line also.
okay. Okay.
Yeah, now run.
Mm.
No. Okay, we'll do one thing. You copy 13, 14 lines. What we can do? Import 1 second. There is something import is wrong. By dot class. Okay. org is open QA selenium dot by Go to reference libraries, expand left side reference libraries. Scroll down. Selenium server is there, right? Selenium server is there, right?
No, Selenium
Scroll down.
server is not here, sir.
Okay, add that one.
Hmm.
Then how is first program is running if Selenium server is not there? That also should not run. Okay, just check that. Go to probe once. Check that libraries. See that Selenium server is not there. Add it. Oh yeah, that one. Add it. Open. Apply and close. Yeah. Now run.
Can I run one more time, sir?
Just wait. Still running. It is running. Total time. What is this total time to add 40,000 entries? What it is running? What? What is this message? Browser is not launched, right?
Yes, sir.
Is it launched? No, right?
No, sir. This one is we opened now. Otherwise, we did not see anything new one.
Okay. 1 second. No, still this error. Save this one. Still some error is there. Import Selenium by dot tag name. Now close and open that login.java file.
This one, sir.
Close and open. Open it again. Why it is showing error now?
So this one, how can I open, sir? Okay.
Oh, double click it. No, still it is showing error in the selenium.by class. Why it's showing error in the by class? Just move the cursor and that import statement. What is the message it will showing? Wait. Okay. Uncomment these two lines, 13, 14. Remove that comment, backslashes. Yeah, now it is okay. It should be fine. Run it now. Save it and run.
Where can we find it's running? Okay.
Total time to add 4,000 entries. Something wrong. Go to first script.java. Both are same, right? What is wrong here? Go to login.java. Get HTTPS Test login page. Okay. New Chrome driver. Same. Perfect. No, there is no errors now. It is right perfect only. Okay, we'll do one thing. You comment this entire main method. You comment it and select entire main method from line number 10 to 16. Select it. Control slash
Control.
slash. Yeah. Now go to first script and copy that main method. In the first
This
script
one
file, copy
and
this main method. Copy that main method and paste it in the login.java file.
here, can I paste it, sir?
In
That
the
one.
login.java
Our-
file. Yeah. No, what is this total time to add?
No idea, sir. Or
No.
any installation issue.
No. Control Z.
Okay.
Yeah, copy this. Copy that.
Yeah.
Go to login.java.
Mhm.
Yeah, now paste it before. No, before. In line number 17, paste it. Yeah, WD replace with the driver. Driver. Remove the WD and add driver. Yeah. In the
This
next
one
line.
also.
Yeah, next line also. Right. Now run this one. One second. Remove that last bracket, close bracket. Yeah. Now save it and run. Hmm. What's happening? No, here. Okay, that is okay. Total time to add 40,000 entries. Why this message is coming? Okay, we'll do one thing. You copy this line number 13 and 14 in the first script itself. We'll see that. In the login.java file, go to login.java file. You copy 13, line number 13 and 14 and paste it in the first script. Go to first script.java. Yeah, in the line number 14, you copy paste it. Yeah, remove that comments and change that URL.
Which comment, sir?
Double slashes in the 15 lines. No, double slashes are there, right? Remove that. 15 line also. Yeah, now instead of driver here, give WD in
This
line number
one.
14. Line number 14, replace driver with WD.
Mhm.
WD. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. One second. See, there is an error, right? In the by
This one.
by
Okay.
dot. Yeah. Import statement should be added.
Mm.
Yeah, one second. Yeah, this URL should be copied from login.java. URL. Go to login.java file. Yeah, URL in the line number 12. Yeah, copy that URL. Yeah, paste it in the first script.java. We'll see is it running here.
Where can I paste it, sir?
No, W in line number 14. Replace that URL. HTTPS. Yeah. Paste it and now yeah, run it now.
Can I see? Okay.
Save it and run.
Okay.
We'll see that still are we getting same problem. Okay, it's working
Now
fine.
only you open. Okay.
So maybe problem in that class file only. Okay,
Okay.
Okay, just try to rename that. Okay, that's fine. Maybe uh, I don't what we can. There is what is wrong in the login.java. What is wrong? Same thing, right? Same code only is there
Yeah.
in the login.java also. Okay, you can do one thing. Just create with different name, class name, and then copy this code from the first script and then try to run it. Okay.
Okay,
You
sir.
can create a different name like test login
Okay.
as a class name. Now,
Okay. So Sunday during ESC or if there's anything,
then copy that entire code from the first
Okay.
script. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
And then try it. Okay. Now then it is
Mm.
fine. Running good.
Yeah, okay.
Uh, yeah, Anantalakshmi, you got it now? It's working?
I'm stopping, sir.
Yeah, yeah.
Screen share. Okay,
Anantalakshmi, is
thank
it
you.
working
Yes,
fine?
sir. Yes, I got it.
Okay, good.
I got it. It's working.
Okay, good. Yeah, now let me share my screen quickly. Right now, you should write here the next step now. Right, follow me. I will be right telling you. You please type the next step. Okay. Driver dot find element. See now I want to find this element in the application button element. Okay. I want to identify button element and I want to click this element now. I want to identify this button element using class name locator. So for that, I will be using class attribute. See, if I use class attribute, it is called class name locator. Okay. See, now let us define. Are you writing driver dot find element inside the brackets by by caps by dot class name by dot class name? First option you should select. Then inside the class name input, you copy that input value btn. You can copy that from here. See this value class btn. I say that driver dot find element inside the bracket find element brackets by dot class name. Class name is the first option in the by list of methods, and inside class name give btn in double quotes. Btn is nothing but the class value. I want to identify an element with the class value btn. So that is what this locator instructs the WebDriver. Okay, the WebDriver will identify any element with the class value btn. All of you clear, guys? So in this web page, there is only one element with class value btn. So this button. So this element can be identified now using this. Once this element is identified, what I want to do, what is the action I want to perform here? Click action. So the method is dot click. So there is a method dot click with empty brackets. That's all. Just try write this statement, guys, all of you. Driver dot find element by dot class name btn, class value btn dot click is the method. Okay. So this is the class name locator. How to use class name locator. All of you written the statement driver dot find element by dot class name btn dot click. Now I'm running the script. See that it clicked this button and you are getting this error message. Your username is invalid because without entering username, we are clicking this button. So that's why we are getting this error message. All of you should get this error message. If this button is clicked, you should get this message, error message. Just check that this error message is displayed. So if you want to check this error message is displayed, how you can check that? Same thing, is displayed method, right? If I click this button, see that you are getting this message. So you can identify this element using HTML document here. See what is this? See guys, see, I want to check that after clicking submit button, I want to check that this error message is displayed. Error message element is displayed. Guys, all of you executed this statement, button dot click. It is done. First you execute this statement. We are identifying here element button element using class name locator, using class value, and we are clicking that button. All of you finish this. It is a class name locator. Okay. Next, ID locator. ID locator. Yes, all of you done this statement. All of you completed clicking button element using class name locator.
Yes, sir. I got the message, sir.
Okay, so all of you completed. Others, Deepa, Sumati.
Completed, sir.
Okay. So once I click this button, we are getting this error message message element, right? So I want to check this element is displayed or not. So here, see, this is the element ID. There is an ID attribute available for this error message element. So I can use here ID now to identify this element. That means now we are going to identify this element using ID locator. Okay. Now let us see how to define ID locator using this ID attribute. I'm copying this ID value. Now right here, the next statement, driver dot find element by dot ID, by dot ID. Paste it ID value. That's all in the double quotes. And what is the message here? What is the method? I want to check that is it displayed or not, right? So method is displayed, semicolon, and get that return value into some variable status. Status is equal to, and I want to print that status. Is it displayed or not? Okay. So system dot out dot println error message displayed, true or false. Okay, I want to print that value status. See guys, we are using same variable, status variable. Here it is already declared. So we are using here also same variable. So we no need to declare it again. Okay. We are using first time we are using in the line number 13 status variable, right? So here it is declared. So I can reuse this variable wherever I want, right? So we can use the same variable. Okay, guys, it is ID locator. Now I'm running this. See, it is displayed, and here also see error message displayed is true. So it is perfectly working good. Okay. So it is ID locator. How to use ID locator? When we can use ID locator? If there is ID attribute available for any element, then you can use ID locator. It is the most preferred locator, guys. If for any element, if ID attribute is available, you can blindly use this locator to identify that element. You no need to go for any other locator. So the first preference should be given to locator ID always. Okay. The next preference can be given to name locator. Name locator. See, now I want to enter the text into this text box field. Okay. Now name is there here. Name attribute is available. ID also available. I can use ID or I can use name. Anything I can use. But now I want to use name locator. So I will take this name attribute value, copy this. Let's say I'm writing here driver dot, you can write, you can follow me, driver dot driver dot find element by dot name and give that name. Sorry, control Z, name. It is a text box. Okay. Yes, this element is a text box, right? And to enter or to type text into the text box, the method is dot, sorry, dot send keys. See that there is a method called send keys and type whatever the value you want to type. Okay, say I'm typing Varaprasad. Inside that text box, I want to type this text. Send keys is the method to type text into text box and input what text you want to type. That's all. So we're identifying this text box using a name locator. Guys, always you should try with ID or name locator. If ID or name attributes are available for any element, the first preference should be given to these two locators, because always ID or name right will be unique for any two elements. Generally developers won't give same value to for any two elements with same name or with the same ID. These attribute values will be generally defined unique values. So it will be easy to identify any element using ID and name. There will be no duplicate elements with these attributes. So that is the reason we should always give the first preference for name and ID locators. Okay, guys, you finish this also. Name locator, ID locator. After clicking button element, where we are getting, we are checking the error message is displayed or not by using ID locator, and then we are printing that status. Next, name locator, we are identifying the text box, user type text box using a name attribute, and we're entering the text into that text box using send keys method. Okay, guys, you please finish this the execution as well. Please let me know if there is any issue or if it is executed successfully. Good. Link text, partial link text. Okay, we'll see that. Oh, so are you able to execute? So anybody completed?
I have completed, sir.
Yeah, done, sir.
Yes, Priya, good. Oh, Sumati done. Okay,
Yeah, done, sir.
good. Deepa, Anantalakshmi. Okay,
Yes, sir. Slots, sir.
okay, good. So now, see, today we discuss, right, locators, about locators. What is the locator? Locator is a strategy. It is a way of identifying the element, web element on the web page. Okay, see the locator will be passed as input to find element method, and locators will be defined by using by class in Selenium. Okay, and there are different types of locators. What are different types of locators? We have tag name, class name, ID, name, and there are few more: link text, partial link text, XPath, and CS selector. Okay, so that we will see in the next tomorrow's session. And today we have seen these four locators: how to use tag name locator to identify the element, and how to use class name locator, and how to use ID and name. Okay, see now our focus is only in this part. Okay, how we are identifying the elements using different locators. Don't worry about this part. It is action part. See, this find element method returns a element, okay, web element, and on this web element you are defining here action, what action should be executed. So these actions are defined using methods, by using methods. All of it clear? So about these methods we'll discuss again in detail later. Okay, you no need to worry about much with this part now, actions part now. Our focus is right now identification, elements identification using different locators: by dot tag name, by dot class name, by dot id, and by dot name. And the first preference should be always given to id and name locators if id and name attributes are available for any element. All of you clear? Suppose if any element doesn't have id or name attribute, both attributes are not defined, then you have to go with any other locator like a tag name or class name or XPath or CS selector, something. For any element, if ID is available, go with ID locator. If name is available, go with the name locator. It is the first preference should be given. If these two attributes are not available, then you can go with any other attributes. So in that case, we use right XPath or CS selector, not even again not tag name and class name, because tag name, same tag name can be there for multiple elements. So that is why we don't use this tag name in the scripting in the real time project. Okay, class name also, same class name can be available for different for multiple elements. So that's why we don't use this class name also much in the real time. Always we use ID, name, or XPath or CS selector. Yeah, okay guys, that's it from my side for today's session. You have any questions? So any questions?
No, sir. No, sir.
No questions.
It's
Okay.
clear, sir, actually.
Yeah, okay. So you please try to practice it again, and I will update the document, okay, in the share drive for today's session. So whatever we covered for these topics, right? I will update the document. And also write core Java concepts, guys. We will discuss core Java also whenever, right, we use that concepts, Java concepts. So at that time, I will explain that concept, what is it and how we are using it. Okay. Yeah. So that's it for today, guys, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Bye.